Hi everyone, good to see you again. Today I want to talk about how to thrive as an empath. First of all, what an empath is someone who is extremely aware of other people's emotions and thoughts and feelings. Sometimes they let it flood in over themselves and they feel other people's thoughts and feelings as if they are their own. For a variety of reasons. People become that way for a variety of reasons. One is that they are born especially sensitive to other people's energy. And two is that for some reason they choose to focus on other people's emotions more than themselves. Probably because at some stage in life they decided that it was more important or advantageous for them to be aware of what other people are feeling rather than themselves. The first step to thriving as an empath is to understand, and this is vitally important, is to understand that your thoughts and feelings and being aware of your emotional state is much, much, much more important than being aware of other people's emotional state. You have to move away from the idea that knowing about them is more advantageous than knowing about you. And the reason is that your feelings is your emotional guidance system that will help you move towards what is better for you in your life, and move away from what will not be beneficial for you in your life. In other words, when you feel good, that is your connection with Source showing you this is something to move towards. When you don't feel good, that's your connection with Source guiding you away from that person or topic or event or whatever it is. So understanding how important it is to be connected with your own guidance system is number one. Number two, you have to practice, moving your focus from other people to yourself. That's just a skill that has to be developed. You won't develop it unless you believe that it's very important for you to know how you feel. So you have to work on that belief first. And then practice when you're in a situation with someone and being intensely aware of what they're feeling is upsetting you, move your attention back. And I talked a little bit about how to do that in the last video. But thriving as an empath means taking advantage of those skills. Being highly aware of energy, highly sensitive to energy, is an incredible, incredible skill to have, because you can feel situations coming at a faster rate than maybe other people would, meaning that if you can feel small changes in your emotional state, which you can as an empath, then you can start to act on them earlier and you can move towards what you want quickly and away from what you don't want quickly too. So it also is extremely, extremely helpful when you're working with other people. And that's basically any profession that exists. Or just in relationships with people. When you are working with someone or creating with someone, a great thing to do is let yourself feel what they feel for just a moment, and then move back to where you are. And you've created that connection and that understanding, and you have that information that you can use if you choose. So for instance, when I'm working with people, I will let my energy merge with them and then move back and come back to my awareness. But I will allow what I have learned about that person to be my starting point mentally and work from that particular point forward out of that situation. Meaning I kind of merge to where they are, but then I merge back with myself and move forward out of it. Meaning it's giving me a lot of information about where to start. And after I have that information, after I move back to where I am, then I know where to go forward. So any kind of profession where you're working with people, helping to guide them or move them or helping them change their thoughts, it's incredibly useful. Even if you're not talking about other people, it is amazing to know how things feel earlier. Like you can walk in a room, practice this, go into a room and look around and just feel who it would be a good idea for you to talk to and who it wouldn't. And then act on that. You're supposed to feel good. You're supposed to be with other people whose intents line up with your intents, so that you can both move forward together in some kind of endeavor, even if it's just a nice conversation. And if you don't line up with someone else, knowing that from across the room is an incredible beneficial skill to have, because you know that ahead of time. You don't have to go through that whole process of chatting with them and then moving away. Like if you can feel stuff ahead of you, that's going to get you to where you want to be faster and with more fun in your life. Any kind of situation that you're looking at, an event or a meeting or whatever, if you can look at that beforehand and feel into it and figure out, will this be beneficial for you? If you're having a conversation and you think about this topic, bringing up this topic, how does that feel? If you can feel how that feels before you act on it and make your choice, then it is so advantageous for you to be able to choose what feels good. Now, I'm making this sound so complicated. It's not a mental process. Understand that it's just about following what feels good for you. But instead of focusing on other people, focusing on yourself and learning how much that matters, and then really using that talent you have will really help you. So the exercise in terms of feeling a situation out beforehand can be a great one to practice with. Say someone calls you and says, do you want to go for coffee? Feel how that feels and make your decision based on that. You may also feel how much they want to go for coffee, or you may feel that they don't want you to come. But practice putting all of that aside and making a decision based on your feelings. And then when you have that down, then things will start to work smoother for you. And the more you do that and the more it works out, the more you will realize how important it really is that you're focused on your own feelings. And then you can take the time out to connect with other people and come back to you when you want to. But you are your home base. You just have to get that in your head. You are your home base, and you have to make yourself important. You have to make what you feel and what you want and what you think important much more important than other people. And choose to connect with other people when they are the right person for you to connect with. It really is a wonderful life when you can walk through it like that. And everybody that is an empath can learn that talent. Okay, I'm going to go into more detail into all of this in a workshop, a 5-week workshop that I'm going to teach in November. Also, I will get my website up in September with more details about all of that. Okay, thank you so much for being here.